Hello everyone, myself Mrs. Archana Mhatre, lecturer in Electronics and Telecommunication Department. In this video, we are going to continue with the first unit of microcontroller and application, that is basics of microprocessor and 8051 microcontroller. So in this video, we will study about system, clock and machine cycle. Every microcontroller requires the clock for its operation as it is programmable digital device. Hence, microcontroller 8051 has an on-chip oscillator which acts as a clock source for CPU. The oscillator is used as a crystal oscillator in 8051 microcontroller. As the output pulses of oscillator are stable, therefore it is used to synchronize the operation of all the functional blocks of 8051 microcontroller. Now these are the two figures, figure A and B. Figure A is for using the on-chip oscillator, and this is figure B is for while external oscillator is connected to 8051. So in on-chip oscillator is connected to XTL1 pin and XTL2 pin as we have studied in the last video. So these two pins are for pin number 18 and pin number 19 of 8051 microcontroller. Now this is a crystal type oscillator is used for 8051 oscillator. And when it is connected externally, then XTL2 has no connection and XTL1 has connected to the clock source. Now XTL1 and XTL2 are the input and output respectively, which can be configured for the use as a on-chip oscillator, which is figure A. And to drive the device from the external clock source, XTL1 should be driven while XTL2 is left unconnected, that is figure B. One complete oscillation of the clock source is called as a clock pulse. The state consists of two clock pulses and one machine cycle minimum consists of 6 states. Two pulses of ALE are available for one machine cycle. Now here in this diagram you can see the one machine cycle consists of 6 states from state 1 to state 6. Now next is a reset circuit of 8051 microcontroller. So there are two ways to reset the 8051 microcontroller circuit. First is a power on reset, that is resets of 8051 when the power is turned on. And second option is when the push button is connected to reset pan of the 8051 microcontroller is pressed manually. So here these are the two figures which shows the reset circuit of 8051 microcontroller. First is a power on reset circuit and second is a with manual reset option. With manual reset you can see here this is the push button. While pushing this button the 8051 IC will be reset. After reset the microcontroller doesn't affect contents of internal RAM. The reset input pin should be active high for at least 2 machine cycles. After reset the operation, program counter is cleared and it starts execution from 00H. Bank register 0 is selected as a default. Stack pointer is initialized to 07H. All the ports are act as an input port. Now next we will study about the memory organization of 8051 microcontroller. The 8051 microcontroller has internal memory which is divided into program memory and data memory. Program memory, which is raw memory, is used for permanent storing of program being executed, while data memory, which is RAM memory, it is used to store the temporary data and placing the intermediate result and variables. The 8051 microcontroller family has at most a few KB of ROM and 128 or 256 bytes of RAM can be used. The 8051 family microcontroller have 16-bit addressing bus and can address the 2 raised to 16, that is 64 KB of memories. Now internal program memory, the 8051 microcontroller has 4 kilobyte of internal program memory and it can be expanded up to 64 kilobyte. The address of the memory location is 16-bit and normally stored in the program counter to fetch the instruction from the memory. This memory is always used to store the program only and not data. As it is a program memory, it is used to store only program. During the external program memory access, port 2 can be used as a input-output port. How does the microcontroller handles the external memory depend on the pin logic state as shown in figure. Now this is a figure. In this figure you can see that when EA bar is 1, then this is the external memory, and when internal memory, and when EA bar is 0, then this is the external memory. The 8051 will fetches the code from external program memory, which is maximum 64 KB, and this is the ROM memory. Internal ROM memory is 4 KB and it is expandable up to 64 KB. Now when EA is equal to 0, the 8051 completely ignores the internal program memory and starts the execution from the program stored in the external memory. And when EA bar is equal to 1, then 8051 execute the program from the internal program memory, and later the execution will be continued by executing the program from the additional memory. In both the cases, port 0 and port 2 are used for data and address transmission, so they cannot be used as a normal input-output port. Besides this, the pin ALE is also used. Now next is the internal data memory organization of 8051 microcontroller, that is internal RAM memory organization. The total RAM memory is of 128 bytes. Now it consists of a register it consists of a bank 0 to bank 7, bank 3 as you can see here, bank 0, 1, 2 and 3, and then this is the bit addressable memory for data memory. Now these are the internal memory consists of a SFR, that is special function register, and internal RAM. Now first the internal memory, it consists of internal RAM and ROM. Internal ROM is of 4 KB, that is 4096 locations of on-chip ROM. This is used for storing the system program. 2 raised to 16, 2 raised to 12 is equal to 4096. Therefore, the internal ROM address bus is 12 bits wide and internal ROM location go from 000H to FFFH. Now next is the internal RAM. There are 256 bytes of internal RAM in the 8051, that is 2 raised to 8 is equal to 256. Therefore, the internal RAM address bus is 8-bit wide and internal RAM location goes from 00H to FFH. Now next, register banks. There are 4 register banks starting from 00H to 1FH. On power up, register R0 to R7 are located from 00H to 07H. However, this can be changed so that the register set point to any of the other 3 banks. If you change the bank to, for example, R0 to R7 is now located at 10 to 17H, as every bank is consist of a register from R0 to R7. Now next is a bit addressable locations. The 8051 contains 210 bit addressable locations, of which 128 are at locations 20H to 2FH, while the rest are in the SFR. Each of the 128 bits from the 20H to 2FH have a unique number, that is unique address attached to them as shown in the table. The 8051 instruction set allows you to set or reset a single bit in this section of RAM. As it is bit addressable, the programmer will set or reset a particular bit. With the general purpose RAM from 30H to 7FH and the register bank from 00H to 1FH, you may only read or write the full byte, that is 8 bits of these locations. However, with bit addressable RAM 20H to 2FH, you can read or write any single bit in this region by using the unique address for that bit. Now next are the general purpose of RAM. These are 80 bytes of internal RAM memory are available for general purpose data storage. The general purpose RAM can be accessed using direct or indirect addressing mode instructions. Now there are some special function register. The location 802FFH contains the special function register, that are SFR. As you can see from the diagram, not all the locations are used in 8051 microcontroller. These extra locations are used by other family members, that is 8052 etc. for the extra features this microcontroller possesses. Now these are the some register which are used in the 8051 microcontroller, and these are the functions of the particular register, and this is the internal RAM location of a particular register. For example, first register is accumulator, having the function to it has a many functions to store the result of the addition, subtraction, that is arithmetic and logical unit of the after the execution, and it has a internal RAM location as E0H. So this is a table which shows the register containing of 8051 microcontroller and its function and its RAM address. Thank you.